Welcome to my Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive Complete build series for beginners. In this series, we will focus on a more complete review and build various kits using different Mini 4-Wheel Drive chassis that have been manufactured by Tamiya over the years. In this video, we will take a look at the Cyclone Magnum Premium, which is using the AR chassis. These videos will mostly serve as an introduction to help beginners get into the Tamiya Mini 4-Wheel Drive hobby. Stick around until the end for some racing action that will show how each kit performs once built. Hopefully, this will help you decide what Mini 4-Wheel Drive kit to get, build, and ultimately race. Before we discuss the kit, let's have a look at the box. Other than the name of the kit and various details that are printed, there are usually two logos that are featured prominently on each box. One is the car series and the other is the chassis type. Now, if you're wondering which one is more important, then the simple answer would be the chassis type. But first, let's discuss what the series is about. The Cyclone Magnum Premium is part of the fully cowled Mini 4-Wheel Drive series, which simply refers to the lineup of Mini 4-Wheel Drive cars introduced by Tamiya in 1994. The main feature of the cars from this lineup is that they have a fully cowled body shell, which also covers the wheels. The Mini 4-Wheel Drive chassis refers to the base body of the kit, and Tamiya has produced several over the years. The AR, or Aero Racing, is a Mini 4-Wheel Drive chassis released by Tamiya in 2012. Unlike earlier chassis, the AR is designed with aerodynamic performance in mind, sporting a more streamlined silhouette, and due to how rigid the chassis was designed, it's sturdier than previous single-shaft motor-driven chassis. The Cyclone Magnum Premium is one of numerous variants of the original Cyclone Magnum that used the Super TZ chassis and was released as part of the fully cowled Mini 4-Wheel Drive line in 1996. Speaking of variants, the other variants of the Cyclone Magnum include the TRF, the limited blue plated, the TRF limited purple plated special kit, the 21st century edition that comes in clear blue, clear red, white, and black, and the 21st century version 2 that comes in pearl, smoke, clear violet, clear yellow, the Guraha Tamiya first anniversary special, the blue metallic version, and the 25th anniversary memorial special. The Cyclone Magnum Premium was released in 2014, featuring the very same color scheme as the original, but other than the cowl, everything else has been updated. Before we open the box, let's have a look at what information is on here. So take note that the kit doesn't require any sort of glue to assemble. Really, what you just need to build would be a good hobby knife, a Phillips screwdriver, and something to cut the pieces from the sprues like side cutters. Take note, there's actually no batteries included with the kit, so you will need to purchase a pair. And what else? Going down here, basically gives you a brief description about the chassis being in metallic gray or blue, and then the body itself is ABS resin in whites. The tires are 26 millimeter slick tires, black, which is technically medium size. So 5-spoke wheels, yeah, this one. So in green, fluorescent green. And then the gear that comes with the kit is 3.5:1 ratio. And then there's also a Type 130 motor that's included with the kit. So yeah, once you assemble it, insert the batteries, it's ready to race. And going to the other side, so here you'll see a bit more description about the chassis itself. As for the rollers, so it does come with rollers to guide it on the track, and these are 13 millimeters in size. The motor and batteries are loaded from the bottom. So this is one good thing about the AR chassis, is that it's relatively easy to access where you can install the battery and the motor. Swap it out if you need to clean it, placing the batteries. Okay, let's open it up. Let's see what we have. Okay, so in the box we have slick tires, 4 slick tires. So these will be the normal tires that will come with most kits. Then you'll have Cyclone Magnum cowl, or the body. And then the internals, or the A parts, which is molded in blue. And then we'll have wheels in fluorescent green, I guess. There is like an offset. These will be for the rear, and these will be for the front. So we'll have packed all together the grease, the single shaft motor, which should be SMC motor, grease, single shaft, the propeller shaft, and we have the terminals over there, the gears, the counter gear and the spur gear, and the crown gear, various screws and washers. Should be the pinion gear. We have finally the AR chassis over there. It should read ABS. So this is a plain ABS material, just the standard material that most of these kits are made of these days. These are the stickers, so these are good quality stickers now. Obviously, you'll have your instruction sheet here, some pages, all very organized. So if you're a newbie, just follow all these step by step, which I'll guide you through the rest of the process in a bit. And we'll go through the steps, how to assemble this in a minute. And finally, last thing is, of course, this is some cautionary warnings for like children, if children are going to be making these, which I doubt, usually don't have their parents make it. This is more for the adults. Finally, here is what the kit looks like, fully built. Unfortunately, I forgot to include the rear skid bar when taking the weight. Anyway, here's the weight of the built chassis, the built cowl, and the assembled kit. For beginners, you can watch and follow along in the next video if you want to know how to build the kit. But for now, stick around until the end to see how the kit performs on the track. So let's go ahead and do a test run, but note that the kit will be using a motor that has been broken in, so the speed would be faster compared to if you just ran it immediately right after completely building the kit. Right, so that's how the kit performs with a simple break-in. Seems to be quite fast, although it does have a tendency to bounce a lot after every jump. It does have that tendency, and oftentimes you'll see that the rear roller stay will get caught on the track, which pretty much happens a lot in this video, as you see on the end. So it really stops. Overall, I think it was a fast run with just using a simple break-in process. Anyway, let's check it out if we use a higher speed motor. Before we begin, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button. I will upload new videos each week, so make sure to come back and leave a comment if you have any mini four-wheel drive questions or topics that you want me to cover. Okay, so there does seem to be a noticeable difference in terms of the speed. There's like almost half a second difference compared to the first run, and that's actually quite a lot in terms of racing. It's kind of surprising that even at the higher speed, it seems to be running a bit more stable and lands a lot better compared to earlier. And if you notice, in some sections where it wasn't jumping as far, it seems to be more unstable when it lands compared to when it was jumping much farther. It seems to be more stable in the air and once it lands as well. Kind of surprised. I didn't know that it was capable of something like that. Guess a lesson learned. Overall, I think the performance at higher speed seems to be alright. It'll be interesting to see if we have a faster motor, how well it can perform. Final thoughts on the Cyclone Magnum Premium. Overall, I think it's a nice kit to add to your collection. It will be very nostalgic for some racers, especially those who watch the anime and know the history. I think it's one of the best designs of the Magnum, and I was quite surprised at the performance. Although the stock slick tires do cause the car to bounce a lot after each jump, I think it still performed quite well, and the AR chassis really improves the performance overall of the kit. I think in terms of the reuse of the parts, yeah, I think everything should be reusable. If you plan to go to other categories, use this for like Pro Stock or T-Mac, other than the slick tires, I think everything can be reused. Overall, I think this is a good upgrade from the original Cyclone Magnum and a good kit to race for box stock as well.